This is TB Talks and BS Walks. Join the conversation or the BS. Here are the masterminds behind the microphone, Tyler and Brian.
Welcome everybody to TB Talks and BS Walks. It is Wednesday, hump day, and we have not done a show in a long time. As Brian updated you on the last episode that he did, it is a little hard to get our schedules together sometimes, being that he works nights and I work days. But I was ready to throw in the towel. I guess you get complacent sometimes, and it's hard to get together, and you get frustrated. And I was ready to throw in the towel, but Brian picked up the slack and said, "No, we're not going to quit." So we are driving on. I do apologize for it taking so long. I know it's been a long time, and for those listeners that do continually listen, I apologize. Brian, tell me how things have been going in your world, man.
It's just one thing after another. We get one problem dealt with and another one comes up. I had a pipe explode. I had the electricity completely go down at our house for about 6 hours and had to have electricians out here, and it's been an interesting couple of months to say the least.
I've noticed it's always something.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the downfall of owning your own house. I've always rented up until a year ago.
Yep.
And as I've stated, my complaints, when you own a house, you have to fix everything and you're responsible for paying for it. So we took out our propane heater in the living room because it was racking up our propane bill. Took that out. Gonna buy a little wall unit that's more conservative this winter to try to save some money. My electric bill has doubled in the last month. On average, my bill is anywhere from $120 to $150. And I got July's electric bill, and it was $360.
Wow. Is that air conditioner?
So we've been having some problems. Well, we have 3 of them in our house. But one of them wasn't working. So we got a new one that has a remote, and it seems to shut off at the proper temperature. The other one, it just kept cooling. I think the thermostat was busted.
Oh, no.
So it had no control. So you set it to like 70 degrees, and it would never get to 70 degrees. It was always in the 80s, 81, so it never shut off. So it constantly ran 24/7.
Oh.
And then we have another portable AC unit in our bedroom. That one is pretty efficient. I think it's somewhere around 70 to 80% efficient. And then we took the broken one, and put it in Madison's room. She had nothing, and so we put it in there. So at least at night she can turn it on and be cool. I think that was the culprit. But we have had some problems with the electric company in this area. Apparently they're shorthanded and don't have enough people to read the meters. So a lot of these bills are being estimated.
Oh, wow.
Like by your usage as to what that they think that your bill should be. They don't actually come out and physically read the meter. So someone told me that if you see an asterisk by the price, that it means that your bill was estimated. They didn't actually come out and read the meter. So Sure enough, when I got this bill in the mail, it had 3 asterisks by the bill. So called them and said, "Hey, no one actually came out here and read the meter. I want somebody to physically come to my house and read the meter." "Well, sir, we're understaffed right now, so we've been just trying to make do with what we can." And I said, "That is not my problem. There is no reason I should have to pay a $360 electric bill when nothing has changed. Literally all summer, nothing has changed. I've ran the same amount of AC in this house."
Yep.
So I'm waiting on them to find out if it's going to lower it or not once they get an actual reading. So I haven't seen anybody out here, but we'll see.
Yeah, hopefully you'll get an answer here soon.
Yeah.
That's
So,
ridiculous.
has things been busy at the casino this summer?
Oh yeah, race season's in full swing. We got new owners, prettying up the place, replacing things, putting in new things. Just trying to get more people in, and from what I hear, we've gone up from last year. I don't know by how much, but they've said we've been a lot busier this year than we have been last year. So we got the foot traffic. I just, working overnights, I just see the same people I see every night. So I don't really experience the change, as it were.
Yeah.
And we just got people hired, so we're not running on a skeleton crew, so I shouldn't. I'm working a 6-day week this week, but it kind of rotates with 2 other guards, so I think we're going to be stuck with that till race season's over.
So when you say race season, are you talking about like dirt track local stuff, or are you talking about like NASCAR? I mean, what are you referring to?
Horse races. Yep.
Oh.
Yep. We got
wrong kind of races all in all.
Yeah. The race season, we have the quarter horse races, and we got the younglings. I think I don't know what they're called anymore. I stopped paying attention when I went overnights, but yeah, several different races. The Rainbow Futurity, the what else? Gosh, there's Kentucky Derby. We have several races that come through and do all kinds of stuff here. But again, I work overnight.
Does the Kentucky Derby come through New Mexico?
I don't think it comes through here. I think that's just a big day at our track. The last leg of the Kentucky Derby happens the same time that we're running our races. So we get slammed inside as much as we get slammed outside, because people are showing up to bet on the Kentucky Derby as well as our races.
I was pretty sure that the Kentucky Derby was just in Kentucky, but I just wanted to make sure you knew something that I didn't.
Well, to my understanding, it's 3 separate races and 3 separate tracks.
It is, okay.
Because they have the Triple Crown.
I
think is what it's called. And if the horse wins the Triple Crown, that means they have won every leg of the Kentucky Derby, if I'm not mistaken. I could be completely wrong. Like I said, I stopped paying attention as soon as I went overnight.
I don't keep track of, what's the word I'm looking for? It starts with an E. Equestrian? Is that the word I'm thinking of? Equestrian sports?
Yeah, I'm not sure on that one.
Hang on. I have to Google that to make sure that I'm not crazy. I think it's equestrian.
Well, the word is very familiar. I just don't know what it pertains to.
Yeah, relating to horse riding. Okay, I was right. Yeah, I don't keep track of equestrian sports.
Yep.
And I've only seen a similar race like that one time. We went to... Where's the famous place that they do the dog races? Like the greyhound races?
I do not know.
Do you even know what I'm talking about?
I can't say that I do. Anything that pertained to gambling, I never even knew about until I started working here.
Well, there is... I don't know if it was the famous place we went to or if we just went to a greyhound racetrack, but I have seen greyhound races. And I don't remember where it was at, but
Southland Park is one of them. Kind of just
I
taking
could
a look
probably
over.
tell you. Maybe it is
Corpus Christi, Birmingham,
let's see.
Daytona Beach Kennel Club. Pembroke Greyhound, Flagler Dog
Well,
Track, Gulf Greyhound, Hollywood Greyhound.
active
There's a
dog
lot
racing
of them.
tracks. Yeah. Well, there's active dog racing tracks in Alabama, Arkansas, Florida, Iowa, Texas, and West Virginia. I want to say it was West Virginia that I saw, but I
Yeah.
was with my mom and dad, and we went and watched their greyhound races. We didn't bet on them, but I mean, obviously there were people there putting down some serious money on these races.
Which is surprising.
But we didn't. Yeah, but we did watch them for a little bit. It was kind of entertaining, but now I think they kind of are trying to shut that down. I mean, I think it's illegal now in general.
Oh, dog races? Huh.
Greyhound racing
I hadn't heard about that one.
in 40 states. In 40 states, commercial dog racing is illegal.
Oh, wow.
In
I
4
know.
states, it says all dog tracks have closed and ceased live racing, but a prohibitory statute has yet to be enacted. So those states are Oregon, Connecticut, Kansas, and Wisconsin. So the tracks have actually shut down, but racing is still legal in those states. So I want to say it was West Virginia. It's been a long time ago. I mean,
Yeah.
I was probably 11, maybe.
Guess I thought it was
I don't even know
cruelty
how I
to
remember
animals or
that. That was
something?
just, yeah, something like that. I'm not entirely sure of the rules and regulations or why that they're trying to ban it, but you know, everybody's sensitive with animals anyways nowadays for anything. So
But it had to have been pretty fun to watch
So, I mean,
at the
there's-
time.
it was, it really was. So it was very interesting. I don't remember much about it. I just remember going in, and it was, you sat down inside. So you're inside, and then there's a glass, and then you can see through the glass, obviously down to the track.
Yeah.
I don't remember if we were in like a press box, or if that was how the track was set up. I don't remember the place being that big. Like, we wouldn't have been up in a press box. I mean, I remember being able to see fairly well. So I want to say that this place was enclosed, and you go in and sit down, and you're behind all of this plexiglass, you know, and then the dog races are in the track in front of you, and they have them all lined up, you know, like 10 dogs or something like that, and then they pull the gate and they go. So I remember going to that,
Wow.
but I said it was a long time ago. So,
Yep.
but I've never been a big gambler. I think we talked about this on one of our episodes, but I went to a casino one time when I was 21, and I burnt through about $5, and I was like, yeah, this is not for me. I'd rather keep my money.
Yeah. I know. Like I said, my first experience in any kind of casino was when I was applying for a job as a slot tech. And then I got my job at this casino.
What is that?
Slot techs are the
What is a
people
slot
who
tech?
work on the actual machines. Like, they'll replace the screen, they'll move the machines around when they want to redo the floor. They'll reprogram the machines if need be. You know, they get to play with the technical part of the slot machines.
So are a lot of those machines on wheels?
No, you
Or are
got to
they
pull
stationary?
there's specialized pulleys or specialized jacks for some of them, and some of them are just you lift off to the pedestal and put it on your own little wheel jack and take it out.
Oh, okay. Probably a little bit
Everything's
different
digital.
than those crane machines that I work on. Probably just can't take them out with a furniture dolly.
No. I watched them install one of the other days. What was it? About a month ago. I watched them pull out their jacks and everything, and they're electric jacks, but they're just oddly shaped. They're not something I'm used to.
Yeah. Well, I can imagine that there's a lot that goes into that, a lot of electronics and moving parts and all those things you have to learn how to deal with on those.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You're probably going to hear some ice. Currently, I'm making myself an adult beverage on the show. It's that time of day. I just found one of my favorite whiskeys was on sale, so I picked it up. So pour me a glass of Knob Creek straight bourbon whiskey.
All right.
I bought some Jim Beam apple the other day, thinking that it was going to have a hint of apple.
Yeah.
Kind of like, Smirnoff or something like that. But it is straight apple whiskey. Too much for me. It's entirely too sweet, so I'm trying to get rid of that. My wife's been kind of sipping on it, but it was not what I thought it was going to be. I'm not a fan. So Jim Beam apple, I would not recommend it.
I hear any kind of fruit in any drink, and I expect it to taste like that fruit. So when it doesn't, I find myself highly disappointed.
Well, you want it to taste like the fruit, but you want it to have
that kick.
You also
still.
want to be able to taste the liquor. Yeah, you also want to be able to taste the liquor. This is just like nothing but a sweet apple that like burns your esophagus all the way down, you know?
Mm-hmm. I
But,
don't do any
like,
liquor, but I get the flavored waters, and you either get a decent flavored water or you just get aspartame flavored liquid.
Yeah, do you get those like the clearly, I forget the name of them, clearly Canadians or clearly whatever that flavored water is? We have them down here. You can buy them at Dollar General. They're like 68 cents or something for the flavored waters.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
Big
they've
old
got
thick bottles.
all I taste in those. Yeah, all I taste in those are aspartame though.
Yep. There was
I know
only
they're
one
cheap,
flavor I liked, and that's just because it had the hint of strawberry. Outside of that, wasn't really a fan. And it was that strawberry kiwi. I liked that one.
Yeah. Well, like, I like a good screwdriver sometimes. Vodka and orange juice, and then you put an actual orange peel on the top of the glass. That's pretty good. But that's not, I tend to make them a little stronger so I get that kick of vodka in there too.
Yeah, but
I
you
like
get that
orange
hint,
juice. I'm
that
not a
flavor.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm
not
like,
a fan
try
of
strawberry daiquiri, and it tastes like, mud, or just straight up.
Yeah.
Not even the same alcohol you're supposed to have with it.
I'm kind of a whiskey snob though. Like I'm really picky about my whiskey.
I
Well,
can
this
respect
Knob
that.
Creek
If you
I
had to deal
found-
with wines, I might have a problem.
Well, I do like wine. My wife and I drink wine too. Now we're totally different ends of the spectrum on that. My wife prefers a sweet wine, and I like a dry, more bitter wine. So I'll drink the sweet wine, but I prefer the dry.
Yeah.
So we had the fair in town the last 10 days. It just ended, I believe, on Sunday, and they had some wine there that we got to sample. And they wouldn't let her drink any because she didn't have her ID with her. So they wouldn't let her sample it. So I sampled it and had to try to decide if she would like it or not. Luckily, I think I did okay. She didn't complain too much about it. So
Nice.
I picked the sweetest stuff they had. But this Knob Creek, I've come to find out the story, why that I started drinking Knob Creek in the first place was I played a show, and the guy that I was a hired gun. I was just playing drums, and the guy that I was playing for was drinking. And I said, "What are you drinking?" He says, "Knob Creek on the rocks." And I said, I was in just one of those F it moods, and I was like, F it, pour me a glass. So they poured me a glass, and I took a drink, and I'm expecting it to knock me on my ass, and I took a drink, and it was surprisingly smooth. It was just the right combination of having a kick, but being smooth enough to where you could drink it straight. I have tried mixing it also. It doesn't taste bad mixing it with Coke. But there's like 4 different ways that they say you can drink it. You can drink it straight, just out of the bottle. You can drink it on the rocks. You can mix it, and then there was something else. But I prefer just to drink it on the rocks, and it tastes really well. So I'm becoming a whiskey snob, thanks to my Thanks to my prude friends.
There's worse things.
Let's see. What else? Obviously, we have no agenda for today. We're just
Nope.
kind of
I'm sure
kind of
everybody
conversing.
can hear the fatigue in our voice too.
What's the last movie you watched?
Last movie.
Seen anything?
I watched?
Anything? I mean, have you seen anything newer as of late?
Jurassic World. That was the last movie I watched. I haven't seen anything newer than that, really. We have stuff.
The new
lined
Jurassic
up
World, the
and,
one that just came out.
not the, but it's the one with Chris Pratt. But the first
They're
one,
both with Chris Pratt, but the
Yeah.
one oh, so you haven't seen the Fallen Kingdom or whatever it is?
yeah, I haven't seen that one.
Well, Deadpool 2 just hit digital HD. Comes out on Blu-ray August 21st. I'm pretty stoked about that one.
Yeah, I'll
We
probably
actually
own that
just
one.
finished watching. You were waiting for me to start the podcast. I was in the middle of a movie when you sent me a message in the chat saying you were ready to go. I found Edward Scissorhands for like $7 at Walmart today,
Oh,
and so I didn't actually own it. So we sat down and I introduced the kids to Tim Burton.
there are softer things to start them out with that Tim Burton has done.
I know, and I hadn't seen it in so long. I kind of forgotten that there was a couple of
Intense?
risque. Definitely the more PG-13 side of things, which is, I believe, what it's rated. But like whenever she's trying to seduce him in the hair salon in the chair, and I was like, I forgot about this. Close your eyes.
Yeah.
And I can't. But I mean, they don't show anything. But I mean, they showed enough cleavage to my 8-year-old was like, "Oh, those are boobs,"
Yeah.
So I was like, "Yeah, we probably shouldn't."
Well,
Yeah, that was my. I mean, it could have been worse. I mean, I could have let him watch Beetlejuice for the first one.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. I mean, well, you had, which I'm going to get slaughtered for this one, but the one with Jack. I can't ever remember the name of it.
The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah, that's probably it. Yeah, The Nightmare Before Christmas. He had Corpse Bride. Did he do James and the Giant Peach
Yep.
as well? Was that Tim Burton or was that somebody else? The art style is similar.
I don't know. Well, he did pretty much every Johnny Depp movie is Tim Burton. I mean,
Right.
Charlie
Where
and
he
the
was a
Chocolate Factory.
vampire. Yeah.
Yeah.
Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
He did Charlie and the Chocolate. He did Alice in Wonderland. I think all those are Tim Burton. I think Tim Burton has like a hard-on Johnny Depp.
I think there's a whole deal about how he has a crotch shot in every movie that he's in, even in the animated ones, of Johnny Depp or Johnny Depp's character. It's kind of weird, but yeah. Like an ongoing theme.
I'm trying to Google this actually. James and the Giant Peach was 1996. Who
Tim
directed
Burton?
it?
Oh. Well,
I'm
now
trying
I'm
to
not
find
going to
out.
tell you because we want to know.
I'll Wikipedia that.
All right.
Yeah, it was produced by Tim Burton and Denise Denovi.
I was about to say
It was not directed by Tim Burton. It was directed by Henry Selick, but it was produced by Tim Burton, yes.
Oh, okay. Well,
So,
still a good movie. But yeah, I mean, Edward
I didn't see
Scissorhands
that
is the
one,
first Tim
actually.
Burton movie. That one. But really, any Tim Burton movie is going to cause some kind of nightmare or fever dream. One of the two. I mean, even something
Yeah,
as simple as
right.
Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, it's just creepy.
yeah, right.
I have
let's
family
make a
members who
transition
can't watch
to-
that movie because of the dwarves. Sorry, go ahead.
Which
Oompa
movie?
Loompas. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. They can't watch it because the Oompa Loompas creep them out.
Now, I haven't seen Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. I was never into that. My kids have seen it. I just have seen the original Willy Wonka, which was the best one. The Oompa Loompas in that movie were fantastic.
Oh yeah, I thought they were both entertaining.
I've never seen Charlie,
yeah.
so you know, and
I'm really
not a huge Johnny Depp fan. Edward Scissorhands is a great movie, and I know that's what really put him on the map and launched his career. That's a good one. I've never seen any of the Pirates of the Caribbean movies. I just never had any desire to see those.
Yeah.
I saw Sweeney Todd, the musical, and thought it was horrible.
Yeah, that's one I haven't seen.
That was also Tim Burton. I'm just not a huge Johnny Depp fan, and I know that's where he excels, is those really odd characters. I mean, he's really good at that stuff.
Yeah.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. Are you a gamer? How would you like to turn your ordinary controller and give it that custom touch? Only CustomControllers.com can get your regular PlayStation, Xbox, or Wii controller customized the way you want it. Customize every detail of the controller and make it your own. They have skins for the controllers and console. As well, you can get them hand painted. We offer customized shoes as well. From Jordans, Vans, Nikes, Supras, and many more. For more information, log on to their site, www.customcontrollers.com, or call 865-315-8786.
Rightfully
So let's make a transition into video games.
Mm-hmm.
Video games. I pre-ordered Battlefield 5 and Red Dead Redemption 2 this week.
Nice.
I think they're both a week apart from each other. Battlefield 5, I'm stoked for their Battle Royale mode. I'm really hoping that that's not going to tank, that's going to be good. I'm about Fortnite'd out. I mean, that's all I've been playing is Fortnite. And
Well, that took long enough.
I'm ready for something else. Yeah, I'm ready for something else. But pre-order Battlefield 5. I've been playing through the original Red Dead Redemption, trying to get ready for the second one. I beat it a long time ago, but I wanted to go back and beat it again before Red Dead 2 comes out. As we know, it is a prequel to Red Dead 1.
Yep.
I don't know. Is it going to have John Marston, or is it an entirely different character?
I'm pretty sure they're going to have Dutch, John Marston's former leader, boss. I don't know what to call him.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But
Right.
I'm pretty sure it's supposed to have Dutch in it, though I don't think that's the character you play. I think you play as somebody else. But I haven't seen a whole lot on it. The guy I do the Xbox Home share stuff with, he had it pre-ordered as soon as it was available, so we're just waiting for it to launch. Then we're ready to go. But
Well, so let's see other games on my radar. Fallout 76 is gonna be fantastic. There was Anthem I'm looking forward to, although they pushed that back to February.
yeah, I would like Fallout 76 if its gameplay is the same as the regular Fallout 4 or Fallout 3. If they try to do it like frickin' Skyrim, the Elder Scrolls Online, I'm not gonna play it.
Well, I mean, meaning gameplay is in regards to what? Because I mean, there's so many aspects of Fallout. Are you meaning
the RPG
like
style of Elder Scrolls Online is more of a point and click. You kind of pick your ability and it plays out for you. You can't really aim your own shots. You can't really do. You can do quite a bit, but it's just not as responsive as you would like it to be. And of course, it's like an RPG styling to where you have to do so much damage before somebody goes down, as opposed to like Fallout 4 or Fallout 3, when you do like a headshot, it either criticals them for a low amount, it can stun them, it can do several different things, and if you get a second headshot, they're pretty much dead. And that depends on their armor and your weapon rating and their armor rating, you know, stuff like that. But in Elder Scrolls Online, you know, you just kind of aim at the person and fire. And it's kind of auto-aimed, so you don't really... You crit hit if it rolls for that type of thing, and not because you're exceptionally skilled. So when I see Fallout 76, what I want to see is if I go in there and grab a pistol and I'm facing somebody same level as me wearing the same armor, and I headshot him, it should actually count as something, where as opposed to me locking onto him and pressing the fire button several times, then maybe getting a crit hit because it falls within the certain skill set that I have chosen.
Well, according to E3 and all the statements that were made, they said this is Fallout just co-op. Everything that you have grown to love about Fallout is still there, just you can play it with 3 other people. So
then
that's all that we know at this point. Yeah, and I'm kind of the opposite. You know, I don't like games to play by myself as much as I do with other people. I know you're more of a solo story kind of guy. Obviously, I can appreciate a good story, but I've always been more of a co-op, multiplayer type of person. But so I didn't get into the other Fallouts as much. I didn't play Fallout 3 or New Vegas at all. I started Fallout 4, played a little bit, thought, you know what, this is kind of cool, but then it was just one of those things where the grind was so heavy, and I didn't stick with it. I'll be honest. But I think now the aspect of a co-op Fallout, obviously someone else to run around and do missions with and things like that.
Oh, and there's still a story. I think I'd be more inclined to play.
So, yeah. So I think that'll definitely be one that we stream together if we can get through Gears of War and whatever that other game was we were playing.
The Division, Gears of War, and then Gears of War 4.
Yeah, but the Division, I mean, we were playing the Division, but I mean, there's really not a story. I mean, not like Gears. So we need to beat Gears of War 4 though, because you need to see the ending. It's important that you see the ending.
Especially with 5 on its way here soon.
Right. That's another one, man. Like, I'm gonna be so broke in October, November, dude. It is bad.
I wish I were gonna be broke because of games, but it looks more likely like I'm gonna be broke because I have plans to visit my folks during Christmas and bills we have to catch up on. I have 2 more payments left on my computer, and we have a loan we're paying off, and my school finally finished up, but my school loans are going to kick in here at some point. And so,
dude, we haven't talked about, since the last time we talked, I don't think we talked about the company that I got a Switch. Did I tell you that?
Oh, you got the Nintendo Switch, yeah. No, I didn't.
Yeah, but I purchased that. You said the payments on your computer, and that made me think. What was the company that you bought your computer from?
CyberPower PC.
Okay, now how was their formula? Like, did you have to pay so much down, and then they ship you the computer, and then you finish paying it, or do you not have the computer yet until you finish it?
It all goes by your credit. So if you have really good credit, you put so much down. I put $270 down, I do believe, and they shipped my computer out after it was built. So as soon as
I'm assuming that if you have bad credit, you have to buy it. You have to buy it before they send it to you.
The down payment is high. I paid a high down payment. My credit was bad when I first got this. This has actually improved my credit.
So how much? Okay, so it was $260 down, and then how much you paying a month?
About 70.
Really? Okay.
Roughly about
So
60
that's
a
kind
month,
of
yeah.
like, how long did it take for them to build it?
Roughly about 3 weeks. And then they shipped it out, and it took another, 4 or 5 days before I got it.
And it's Cyber PC?
CyberPower PC. Yep.
Cyber Power. So you pick and choose your specs, or you just tell them like, "Hey, I want a computer that can do this," and they build it for you, or do you get to pick everything?
They have like a lot of specials. Like my wife, she picked and chose what she wanted in her PC. She got a laptop, and she picked her graphics card, her fans, whatever she thought would make it better, she got on there. I picked a special, and the only thing I added to mine was an internal coolant system, because we don't have air conditioning. So in order for me to keep playing like I do and keep doing everything, I have to have it keep cool. So it has both a fan system and a coolant system to keep it from overheating. And I paid like $70 more for that or something like that. But yeah, you can either custom build it, or you can look at their specials that they have for the holidays and pick one of those and then upgrade it. Or, it's kind of you find a computer you like the look of and change it up.
I'm on the website right now, and I see best-selling. They've got a daily deal in Threadripper. $500 off. This computer is like $4,000. Good Lord.
Yeah, there's some that are cheap. Like mine was, mine was 800, roughly about 900 by the time I was done.
Okay, yeah, this one here is a featured free shipping. The Mega Special is $899. Windows 10, AMD Ryzen 5 1600 processor, AMD RX 560, 2GB graphics card.
You're at CyberPower PC?
Yeah, it's on the front page.
I got the Gamer Infinity 8000 for $1,400. The Back to School specials. There's quite a bit to choose from. Gamer Infinity.
So, I mean, obviously, I would like to have a computer for the podcast and to be able to watch, stream movies and stuff. I don't actually game on it, but it might be. Anyways, so the reason I asked that is because I got my Switch from a company called Zebit, Zebit, and they don't have an app. All they have is a website. They did tell me that they are working on a compatible app for phones. Obviously, I don't have a computer, so I do all of my stuff on my phone. But you go to the website. The only negative thing about this company is that they don't report to credit agencies, so it has nothing to do with credit at all, which is both good and bad. I mean, obviously, if you have terrible credit, you're still going to get the same financing anybody else would, but the downside is if you have good payment history, I mean, they don't report it. But, so obviously I have terrible credit, and you can get anything on this website. They're even doing concert tickets now. You can buy concert tickets or game tickets. But I went to electronics, and I was wanting to switch. So I looked at the Switch, and it's probably like $20 to $30 more than if you bought it in a store.
Oh, that's not bad.
If you buy directly from the website, and you pay 30% down, no matter what it is, they generate you what they call a Zebit line, which is your line of credit. So, and obviously that can increase with good payment history. I think my credit to start out was like $600, and I think it was like $600 was my Zebit line. So, pay $30 down, which I believe it was like $130, $140 is what I paid. And then they send you the system through the mail, and then every pay period you make a payment. So I called them on the phone because I wanted to verify that this is a legit company. I'd never heard of them before. And I thought, how are they just going to ship this stuff out without getting payment to anybody?
Yeah.
And so I asked the lady on the phone, and I just said, so what happens if, let's say, I'm a shady piece of shit and I buy something, I pay that first 30% down, I buy this, you send me the product, I don't pay anymore. She goes, we do have a department that handles that, phone calls, you'll get phone calls and emails. I said, but you guys don't report to credit. She goes, right, we don't. She goes, but you'll start getting the phone calls and things like that, and then you just won't be able to use your Zebit line until you make your payment current. And I'm like, so the worst that can happen is somebody's going to call me, like every day wanting money. I said, yeah, pretty much. And I said, they said, obviously you won't be able to buy anything else until you bring your account current. I said, okay, that's coming. That's just good to know. So, but they also have a thing to where you can do an e-certificate. So in other words, I was like, man, I could buy the Switch directly from them, spend the extra $30, and then I think my payment is $30.04 every pay period. So every 2 weeks. And now I said, or I can go to a store. So I go to the website, I search by store, go to e-certificate, which is electronic gift cards. And I search a store, so I find GameStop. I can do 4 $100 gift cards with no tax. None of this stuff is taxed. And pay the same price, 30% down, so I pay $130. I get 4 $100 gift cards from GameStop emailed to me within 3 hours. I take my phone into GameStop, tell them I want a Nintendo Switch, get some accessories. They scan my phone, scan the barcode, and I walk out of the store with my system.
Oh, wow.
And I paid $130. How cool is that?
That's convenient.
So, I almost got it paid off, but that's what I did. I just got the e-certificate instead of having to wait the 3 to 4 days for it to come through the mail and then potentially taking a beating, through the mail.
Yeah.
So I just walked in the store and got it so I could have it that day. And it's $30 every 2 weeks. So, it's killer, dude. I'm going to buy all kinds of stuff from that.
I'm surprised Walmart isn't on here.
Yeah, I know, right? Are you on the website now?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've been
it's
looking
crazy.
it over.
I'm going to buy, my wife wants an Apple Watch, so I think I'm going to get her one of those. It's just a great way, if you want a product, you don't have the means of paying for it all up front right now. It's a way to get your product in time for Christmas, birthday, and not have to pay full price for it, and you pay it off. So,
nice.
Zebit.com, if you want to sponsor the show, I'll plug you every time.
Yeah, no, definitely. I'm seeing,
But
I'm seeing
there were
a
people.
quadcopter. Jeez, I can't even speak.
Yeah.
The drone.
Yeah, you can get everything, dude.
Wow.
And
Okay,
it's
they
cool,
have a
man.
cyber power PC on here.
Mm-hmm. It's
Wow.
yeah. So for all you listeners, if you guys I know we got the holidays fastly approaching already. I can't believe it's almost September already. They're actually talking at work about here in a couple weeks we're going to start moving out our Halloween stuff and putting it in the machines. And I think, man, where's the time gone? But if you want to get a Christmas gift, if you're looking to start early, you want it here in plenty of time, you don't want to pay for it full price up front, pay the 30% down, either get it mailed to your house, or if your store is available, just have the e-certificates sent to your email. You get them within 3 hours. The only downfall to that is I think the minimum you can do on the gift card is $100. Like, you can't do a $50 gift card. Like, I think the minimum is $100. But
Yeah, it depends on
You
the
can do
card here, because I can see a few that are $50, but most all of them are
Oh, do you?
$100 unless they're like
Well,
Bubba Gump.
everyone that
is
I
50.
saw. Yeah.
I don't even know
So,
what a
yeah, they've
Bubba
got
Gump
stuff
is.
Well, Bubba Gump Shrimp Company, it's a restaurant. They've even got stuff to restaurants, gift cards you can go eat on, and all kinds of stuff, dude.
Wow. Yeah, no, this is definitely worth looking into.
Yeah. Zebit.com. Again, that is Z-E-B-I-T. It's like debit, but with a Z. Zebit.com. Go check them
If you're
out.
looking to build a good PC, CyberPower PC. I can't stop recommending that. This computer has lasted longer and been the best investment I've made since I've gotten computers. So
I just don't have a room for one, man. My problem is I don't have any room in my house for a computer desk. I would have one in my man cave whenever that project gets completed, which who knows when that's going to be.
yeah.
But as of right now, I literally would have to get a tower, set it next to my TV, and just run it through my TV, which is how that I did my last computer. I went to Barnes & Nobles and bought the little padded lap desk, where I could set, I bought a wireless mouse and keyboard, bought this little padded lap desk so I could set my keyboard and mouse on my lap. And that's how of course, I don't play PC games, so I use it for, obviously, surfing the web, paying bills, downloading movies, music, things like that. So I'm not much of a PC gamer, so I don't need all of those gaming specs. I just need something that is able to run fast and not going to give me any problems. So, but I definitely am going to check them out also. But yeah, I said I can't recommend Zebit enough. They've been fantastic. Delivered. They told me the gift cards would be in my email within 3 hours. I think I had them within 30 minutes.
Nice.
So yeah, I mean they were fantastic.
It's definitely something I'm going to be looking into, because I've been looking into getting a Switch, and that
you don't
seems
have to
like
talk
it'd
to
be the best way
anybody.
do it.
Yeah, they do have a customer service number, but you don't have to deal with anybody. They send you an email as a reminder your payment's coming due, and when you set it up, it will set it up as an automatic withdrawal. So like whenever you say, okay, you have to put in what days you get paid, and then it will set it up to take out whatever your payment is every payday. You can do what I did. They do have the option to where if you don't want the automatic deduction, let's say, you're going to be a day late here and there, you have to call them, but you can call the customer service number and tell them that you want to take the ACH off and do a manual payment. They let you do that as well. So you just have to get on the website when you get a reminder when your payment's due, and you just have to get on the website, log in, and make your payment. Obviously, it saves your debit card information, but they don't charge it if you take the automatic deduction off, which is what I did, because I already have so many things coming out automatically anyways that I can't control. I thought, you know what, I want to be able to just pay this for some reason, because I know sometimes with my work, if like the 10th falls on like a Sunday, we might get paid the Monday after. So that way I'm able to, if I'm a day late, I can just, they're not going to take it out on the 10th.
Right.
And risk overdraft or not being, so you are able to call and turn the ACH off and just do a manual payment on your due date. So it's fantastic. So, but I can't say enough good things about them. They're great.
Yeah, it sounds like it, man. At least they're flexible too.
They are. I told them on the phone. I said, I cannot believe that you guys have this much trust in humanity. I said, because I said, how do you guys make your money? I said, there again, obviously I know that you're upcharging a little bit. I said, your products are about $20 to $30 higher than if you were to go to buy them in the store, if you order directly from the website. And I said, so obviously I know you're making money on an upsale, but I said, how many people in the world use your company? She said, well, we've only been around a couple years. I said, well, I can tell that because I have wanted a company like this forever. I didn't even know they existed. You know, I wanted a company that if I wanted like electronics, I could buy it and do a payment option and have it here ahead of time. But I said, but I mean, I just know there's a lot of crappy people in the world, and let's say, you know, they get a brand new system and then just don't pay the rest for it, you know, then they've gotten a system for $140 and you guys have no way to get your money. She goes, yeah, you know, that's the unfortunate thing about it, but, you know, we make our money, but obviously we buy these items at, just like any retailer, we buy them at, you know, a wholesale cost and then upsell them for, you know, sale price, like GameStop or anybody else would do. And I said, well, you know, I understand that. So that's how they make their money. But it's cool, man. It's a great thing. I'm digging it. I love the Switch. Don't have too many games for it yet. I've sat down with Fortnite to try it out just because it was free. But I bought Super Mario Odyssey with a Switch and beat it. And I don't remember the last time that I have sat down, played a game, and just had fun. No multiplayer, no competition of any kind. Just, it was fun. It was nothing but fun. I enjoyed every minute of it. Great game.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the next one to pick up, I'm going to try to pick up Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild.
I've heard lots of good things about that one.
A friend of mine has it. I played it for about an hour. And the cool thing about the Switch, if those of you that don't know, this is unlike Xbox or PlayStation. There is no downloads. It's just like the old school Nintendos. It's a plug and play. Put the disc in, and you can play right away. No wait times. Love it.
Nice.
So I popped his disc in, played for about an hour, enough to get hooked, and I'm like, man, now I got to give the game back. So I didn't get, you know, but it was enough to get hooked. So I really want to pick up that game and finish it. I was gonna buy everything digital on the Switch, much like I do the Xbox, but so I did buy a memory card. I think I got a 64 gig, which they told me is all I will need. But I'm gonna go ahead and I decided to go ahead and buy the discs only because I don't have to wait for downloads. I can just pop it in and go. So
yeah, that's a definite plus.
So yeah, man. So anyways, supper is about done at my house, so I think probably need to call it and go eat, spend some time with the family. But man, it was good talking to you. It sucks that we only talk when we got to do a podcast. We need to get some major gaming done. We need to finish up Gears of War. We're gonna try to keep rolling out content every week. I'll be honest, I got a little bit discouraged with the whole drawing thing. We were gonna give away some merch, and every person we drew didn't exist or didn't care to reply. So I got a little butthurt, I guess, about that. But those of you guys that are still following our Twitter and still waiting for new content, really appreciate that. Yep. And like I said, that's, you know, we started this thing as something to do for fun, and the ones that stick by us is great. I'm going to try to get some interviews lined up with some various people around the area.
All right.
And said, as Brian told you guys in the last episode that he did, if for some reason we can't get together, somebody's going to put out some content, whether it be me, whether it be him. But obviously it's better if we can both get together and do a show.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm going to get better about trying to make the time. I do know I've got travel with work coming up. Mm-hmm. But I should be able to break away and get a show done. So, but I got to go. I'm going to go eat. Right. And, yeah, man, until next time, Thanks for listening.
Yep, thanks for joining us. TB Talks, BS Walks. We'll see y'all next time.